Hi guys, KevLar here, back in Stranded Deep. So we're on episode 2, or day 2 of our walkthrough guide. So we've obviously just done day 1 of what to do on day 1. We got all set up with our basic camp that we need to survive. Managed to get all that done in day 1, and now we'll see what we can do in day 2. So we've just woken up on day 2. We could do a bit of water, which we've got from our water still. So actually, before I went to sleep the night before, I did start chopping down some more trees just to collect some resources. So we've got a few bits here, so I'll definitely use some of this day to just collect some resources. So first of all, we know we want our palm fronds to fill up our water still, and a good tip here is when you've got your resources is to stack them. So we press the quick craft and we can do a pile. There you go, tab, a backpack, and put all those in a nice neat pile. Same with our logs, let's just pick those up and put them in a nice pile. Not logs, sticks. So we'll just put these over here. Go, so we'll just stick them in a nice neat pile. I just like to be organised. Right, so what do we need? So if we look at our crafting menu, see what we need to level up on really. So we've got our basics. I think we're okay. We don't need to worry about starting to build a smoke or anything yet, but we can do. We don't really need to level up anywhere there. Tool wise, level 3. Okay, we could do with a refined pick at some point, but we're not there. We don't really need any of this yet, but refined axe can come in handy soon, but we haven't got any leather. So really, actually, we don't need to worry about leveling up yet, because I think in day 2, we're just really looking to start collecting some resources. So now that the sun's up, I'd say we should go swimming. So let's go around and check all of the containers, all of the shipwrecks. But yeah, so keep an eye out for sharks, because at the moment we're not at the stage where we can make shark repellent. So we'll just be a little bit careful. So at the moment we don't have a tool to collect the clay. So clay will be in the ocean, but there we go, we're looking for this sort of thing. So shipwrecks like these, there's always a container on the top. I say always, I say most of the time, containers inside that you can collect things from. Right, there's a shark there. Right, annoyingly, the sharks really do slow you down when you're searching. You have to keep on avoid them. We'll get these tyres, and we're going to bring them back. Now I have done some tips videos on how to get these back quickly by building a raft base first and dragging the raft base back, but I don't think we've probably got the right level yet to build a raft base, and we need a hammer, and we haven't built a hammer, so we are just going to do it manually. Yeah, so these tyres are useful for building rafts later on once we get to that stage. Okay, so we got those bits, so let's continue with our search of the ocean. So we know there's a shipwreck there, so let's just go straight for that one. Okay, so we've got barrels, so we can take them in the same way we can take the tyres. There's one up there. Container, let's grab that. Should be able to open these. Engine part, what have we got in this one? Let's open the door. A few bits and bobs in there. So yeah, let's get these barrels, might as well, while we're here. Take these back to the island. At least we don't have too far to go this time. Okay, so I did notice there was a hole at the bottom of this boat. It's always worth double checking if you can get in and if there's anything under there. Can't see anything. Okay, so those red containers, there's never really anything in them. They are good for breaking down and taking the sides of the containers. You can use them for building, but we don't need to worry about that now, so we'll leave that container as it is. So actually, I am swimming up and down, but technically I don't really need to do that. If I'll show you, if I get back up on that boat, just go over here. So we could technically just try and spot out on the ocean to see if there's any like white bubbly areas at the top of the ocean. That is a mark of a shipwreck being under the sea. But I'm not sure if we're going to have any under the sea on this island. They all seem to be visible shipwrecks that are out in the open. That was annoying. There's a rock there. I didn't spot that one before when we needed it in episode 1. Can we see anything out there? There's not these like white wave marks. It's like a static bubbly area So again, you can go and watch some of my tips videos. I did some tips on how to collect resources. And also there's always a myth that those bubbly areas helped you find clay, but we established that those aren't above clay. They're only above shipwrecks. Can't see any out there. We'll just go to this one here. So yeah, we'll probably have to see that on another island, because I'm assuming this island's not going to have any underwater. Okay, there's something there. It's not bubbling because it's already out of the water. So what is it? Is it just a dead fish? What the hell? Let's bring that on. Did I kill that in the last episode? Well, it hasn't floated away. As I say, that's a bit weird. See, if that was the top of a ship just poking out, I would have thought there would be some bubbles around it. That's why it looked a bit odd. So we might be able to get meat off of that. Just stand up here, look for any bubbly areas. No, I can't see any, so I think that's it. I think we've done all the shipwrecks on this island. I'll try and remember show you the bubbly areas when we go to another island in a future episode. Right, so let's just stick out what we've collected. So we've got a few crates, which is good. So that's good for if we ever take a trip. Well, for when we take a trip to another island. Let's just get everything out so I know what I've got. Right, so we've got some leather, which is good. So this helps us move on up. Right, label maker. Right, now I'm going to try and organise. So I'm going to put things I don't really need yet. So guns and engine parts, they can all go in one box. Tools, so we've got a hammer there. Let's put tools. So put our fishing spears in there. Have we got any other tools? So that can go with engine parts because tape is used to build engines. Some more tools there. Tools in there. We've got quite a lot of leather. Let's just put the leather in there as well. I mean, we could just lay these things on the floor. Oh, I need to cool down already. I've just come out from swimming. So SPF, whenever you need to cool down, either go for a swim, oh, shark, or go and find some shade to stand under. Stand in here. So there's a shark out there. So you'll see that SPF is slowly going up. Right, so it's already 2 in the afternoon on day 2. So yeah, swimming around does take a bit of time. So really, yeah, day 2 is all about getting all the resources that you can from your home island. Just making sure that you're set, you know what you've got before we start planning on taking trips to other islands. Because if we get enough on this island, we might have enough resources to make a better raft rather than using that dinghy, because that dinghy's a bit dodgy trying to go to other islands. And you can get knocked out of the water or tipped over by sharks easier in that dinghy. So ideally, we want to see what we've got on our home island. Make sure we've collected everything we can before we start going to other islands. Right, so there you go. So we've got some cloth as well. So we've got quite a bit of cloth here. So that's going to be quite good. Got a few bits and bobs there. Got a rock. Some food, which is good to know that we've got that back up if we run out of food here. So this needs filling up. So that's good. We've got some water. Let's drink that. Right, we haven't got any food, but let's just check that group of fish that we had. Where did I dump that? Was it around here? See if we get any meat from him. We do. Right, it's raining, but good thing is fire doesn't go out in the rain on this game. Get that going. Right, let's just have a quick look actually, again at the crafting. So if we go over to vehicles, so yeah, we're good to make a raft base at the moment with foibles and sticks. We're good, so I'd say if we manage to get enough, actually let's just have another check, sorry. So back in vehicles, level 4 to make an engine, but that's fine, so we've got the right levels to make these, so we've got probably enough cloth. Yeah, so I think we're going to have enough to actually make a raft rather than using this. So what we'll do is, so the rest of this day I'd say is going to be chopping down, getting the resources that we need. So unfortunately I reckon we're going to be short on lashing, because all of the fibrous leaves that we've chopped up won't have regrown yet, because I think they take 3 days. Okay, leveled up harvesting, so yeah, it's good that we're leveling up. Just getting all the little trees down first, because they're easier to chop, they don't take as long. Oh, this is good, so we didn't see that before. So I'd say it's quite rare to get this on a starter island, because starter islands are usually a bit too small, but we've got a potato plant there. The potatoes are used for fuel, for cooking fuel, which is really good. So at least we've got a starting potato, so we can actually make our own. Right, so we can eat our meat now, cooked meat. How are our stats doing? So yeah, look, we're on day 2 and we're surviving really well. And we've got no panic, so we've got everything we need. I'm just going to put the fire out. So when it's early days and your resources aren't high in numbers, don't waste by leaving the fire on, because we're going to use a lot of sticks making our first boat. Right, I think I've done all the little trees now. Let's just start cutting down some of these. And when the moon comes up a bit, we got a bit more light, we'll start building a boat. Actually, we could have made a better axe now. Let's do that. Right, so let's just go back to our little base camp. Do we have anything in our raft? Oh yeah, forgot about that. So in your raft, we've got a bandage, which would have been good if we did get got by the shark when we were hunting in the water. Let me just check. So what do we need to make a refined axe? There you go. So all we need now is a bit of leather, which we've got in one of these. Refined axe, there you go. So now we've swapped our axe for a refined axe, which is going to be much quicker at chopping things down. Right, so let's get some sticks. So I think we need 14 sticks for one base. Let's just get a load of sticks there. So building, vehicles, raft base, 14 sticks and a lashing. So that's fine. Now you need a hammer. Now we could create a rubbish hammer, but we got one from our search, so that's perfect. Again, that's why it's good to search it around this island before you start trying to do things like this. So right, first of all, we can build our first raft base. There we go. Just stick that anywhere. Excellent. So we should be able to build a couple of them, because I think we've got some more lashing. Sure, we picked up some more, maybe not. Right, so we've done our first one anyway, and we can put you need a floor on it. So we've got a few planks, we've got some corrugated scrap, but probably not enough, so we could just use sticks. So I tend to use sticks with my first one anyway. So here we go, raft floor. Oh, there you go, we're not leveled up enough anyway, so let's just do it with wood. So that is our first part of our raft. So it doesn't look much yet, and that I wouldn't use that because that is too wobbly. When you go out there, it tips over really easy. So we want to make sure we can build it a bit wider first of all. But that's fine, we're getting there. So we could, if we wanted. Oh no, we probably couldn't because we need more lashing. So lashing's the hardest thing to come by, I'd say, in this game. It's really annoying. So collecting all the fibrous leaves. So we won't be able to do that now because we've got none left on this island. So what I'm going to do the rest of this day, only got a few hours left anyway, we'll continue chopping down the resources we do have on this island so we know what we've got. And then in day 3 we will definitely go travelling to the next island. So either we're lucky enough that the fibrous leaves regrown on this island so we can finish off our raft, or we'll bite the bullet and we'll go over to an island on our dinghy to collect more resources there. Right, how are our stats doing? Doing okay. We could get this meat cooking ready for when we need it, and we will just top that up. Okay, just chopped a load of those up so we can just stick them in our pile, and then we'll stick a few of them on there. Excellent. A few more hours of day 2. Do some more chopping, collecting resource. Right, okay, so I've just got another load of resource. Let's just dump this around here. I mean, there's a little bit of logic into my messy storage system here. There we go. So actually, day 2 is over. It's now 11:48. We've started our raft. We've collected loads of bits and bobs from around the island. We've looted everything, all the ships, all the shipwrecks. We've actually chopped down loads of resource, so we've actually got quite a lot here. So we're doing pretty good. Only thing we're short on is the fibrous leaves, which we need for lashing. So we're surviving well. But yeah, if we wake up in the morning and the fibrous or the yucca plants here haven't regrown, then we definitely need to just go on our dinghy to another island so we can get resources, continue with our raft build. And that's really our next major step in the game. So yeah, thanks for watching. That was day 2. Hope you found it useful. Hope you enjoyed. Please do give us a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.